Each night, I have the same two visions. One of a field of wheat stalks swaying in the wind. Another of bright, burning flames, trampling horse hooves, and loud screams. My people, the Visigoths, came to Roman lands not as an invading army, but as a people running from a scourge. No, a plague sent by God himself. We warned the Romans of the impending danger, but they ignored us. They despised and distrusted our kind. They treated us poorly, gave us barren lands, and when we suffered famine, they made us sell our children for food. Inevitably, we went to war. Our victory taught the Romans to not underestimate Gothic warriors. In exchange for the land they gave us, our young men would serve in the Roman armies, fighting alongside our former enemies. The dead bodies of young Goth warriors littered the flanks of the Julian Alps. For all the blood we shed, the Romans did not give us even a crumb of gratitude. He was a tall man, with a voice that could silence a crowd. When Alaric spoke, all heads turned in his direction, and his eyes flickered with an inextinguishable fire. Never before had there been a single king, but never before had there been a man like Alaric. We were drawn into another war with Rome. Ancient cities, once renowned for their philosophers and soldiers, were sacked and burnt to ash. The Eastern Romans still refused to meet our envoys. Instead, we turned west. The half-Vandal general Stilicho was the driving power behind the Western Roman Empire. In a frenzy of hate, the Romans followed Stilicho's execution by murdering all soldiers of Germanic descent. Then, the survivors flocked to Alaric, begging him to raise his army and march with them into Italy to exact vengeance. Alaric coldly answered them, "The Romans have never known fear, but that will change." Not what he wanted. After sacking the cities of northern Italy, he met with the Roman Emperor, Honorius. Alaric's demands were reasonable and humble, a sign of reconciliation. Luckily, Alaric and his men survived the assassination attempt and escaped. Never had I seen Alaric lose his temper, but Sarus' betrayal infuriated him. During the long weeks spent besieging Rome, Alaric's calm nature returned. He issued an order to the warriors to spare the city when conquered. In his heart, he could not find the will to destroy the empire he had served, though it had betrayed him one too many times. Our brave soldiers breached the walls, and the defenses quickly crumbled before the weight of Visigothic men rushing into the breaches. Our men looted the city for days. We stripped statues and monuments of their gold, and loaded carts with so many precious goods that the wheels were close to breaking. The Romans would write of that day, "In one city, the whole world perished." With Roman treachery repaid, Alaric looked to the future of our people. Our farms flourish, and our cattle grow in number every day. But for all our fortune, I cannot shake the ominous visions I have. Another of bright, burning flames, trampling horse hooves, and loud screams. I have seen the future. The Huns are coming, and they will stop at nothing.
Minarets of dust twist upwards as horse hooves strike the fractured earth. The Byzantines are the heirs of Rome, and their armored cataphracts and legions of disciplined swordsmen. The Byzantine army is racked by treachery and deceit from within. One day, a band of mercenaries deserts the Byzantines. On another, the army's second-in-command leads a treacherous conspiracy. As long as the sun was in the sky, when they could stand no more of this torment, the Byzantine flanks collapsed into a full rout. Deceit from within the armies disrupted the chain of command, as factions feuding for control of the throne in Constantinople betrayed their armies at the front. A much weakened Byzantium was then forced to call to the rest of the Christian West for help, leading to the Crusades. The Byzantine Empire lingered for another 4 centuries, but in only a shadow of its former glory.